in this thing a little early. Lacing up. And I got the mask on. And I got the mask on. Yeah. And I know how to lace. Get off, get off, get off, get off, get off, get off. Earmuffs. Let you get your rocks off. Let you get your rocks off. Good punch. Good chick. Good chick. Good. Good. Yeah. Yeah. What did it do though? Hey, I don't know how motherfucker. Where these motherfucker all day. Tired already, you heard? Just letting them know. They ripped us go. Whoa. What's good with it? I know y'all seen what I seen, man. We ain't finna have this mask on all day, man. We off it. That boy had a buddy up here look like Truthtellertv. I ain't gonna lie to make it sound fly. You heard me. Let me fix this cam though. YouTube it on that big bud. I don't think he's up. There you go. Hold up. Focus. Camera game's dumb. We going dumb. What's good though, man? Dream Doll, what it do? Right on, baby girl. You already know. Stop simp snitching what it is. Dream Doll on the motherfucking bitty. Yeah, you know I got the VBs in there. Both wrists. Pull up on me with a diamond tester. If it don't beat right, I give you everything in my pocket. Y'all don't know. That boy lit his ass up today, didn't it? Oh, y'all had the hood preacher tweaking today, man. He had me rolling though, I ain't gonna even lie. That man put that thing up, cause I swear I had never seen Swipe a Face until Buddy put that picture up, man. That's why I had to bring the old mask out again today. Nah, man. Let me see. You know, your boy put the motherfuckers back up. Yeah, still got the way. Hey, I can go backwards with them bitches. Hold up, niggas can't go against the grain with it. and come right back like cook, coke, crack, you did. Come right back like I left something. I said I come right back like I left something. I was wearing this mask. I was wondering what people was talking about, you know what I'm saying? I ain't got nothing against neither one of these guys anyway. I fuck with Came From Nothing podcast. Told them that before, you know what I'm saying? And I had never really heard of swiping until people came in here and said I was trying to, it was a couple people in here like, you biting swiping. I thought they was talking about swipe somebody else or some, I don't know what the fuck, I didn't know what they was talking about. But then I seen, because I had seen them before, but it was Trenches News. That's what I knew his channel as. You know what I'm saying? And to be honest, I didn't think nothing of him when I was wearing a mask. But they tried to say I was taking his swag or something. I had his little minions in here saying I was trying to take his swag, and I didn't know what the fuck they was talking about until I actually looked and seen the video. He was wearing the mask, whatever. The only difference is he never took that motherfucker off. I could never saw Buddy's face or nothing. It's just funny to me because dude posted this picture, took his shit off, and Buddy, he was just going in on Truthtellertv. Let me find a Truthteller picture. It was funny to me, bro. I'm just gonna keep it a thou wow. He was going in on Truthtellertv, and when that boy showed that mask, it was like Scooby-Doo, a Scooby-Doo episode. You know what I'm saying? It was like a Scooby-Doo episode. I said, damn, these boys look like, that nigga look, they damn near look identical. You heard? What the fuck? Hold up. Okay, I gotta see this shit. I ain't never seen Truthteller shit looking this wild. You heard? This is absurd. Hold up, man. This boy got weave on and everything. What he on? Buddy got weave on, bro. The whole, I don't know what he got going on. But tell me these niggas don't look alike. Y'all can't tell me I'm capping, man. Look at my background and look at that nigga right there. Do these niggas look alike? Oh, I'm not tripping. Can I make it even? These niggas look alike, man. These niggas look alike. I don't give a fuck what nobody say, bro. Like, and now I'm like, these niggas been going at each other. Then this is my first time seeing Swiper. When I see him, if y'all ain't seen Came From Nothing Pod, Oblockjhood, he got his shit called Came From Nothing Podcast. You know what I'm saying? And I be checking this shit out. He be sending a positive message out to the kids. I fuck with his, you know what I'm saying, with his shit. Although on some of the shit he talk about, I don't agree on. You know what I'm saying? Like, he believe in the Bible and all that, and I know our ancestors' history. And I do believe in following rules of the Bible, some of those rules of the Bible, because if everybody did that, the world would be a better place. But we ain't gonna get all in. We ain't gonna go left field, get off and deep off into that shit. I'm just saying, like, it was written in stone. It's older than the Bible, and we pray to the sun and all that. God's son is the sun in the sky. He come back every day. When he don't come back, is when it's gonna be. Another story. Next subject, we're gonna switch it off, but we're gonna go back to this shit. That man unveiled, he pulled his Scooby-Doo, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if y'all see the Scooby-Doo shit when they whip out that motherfucker, they whip out that. And I be damn, I said, buddy look just like Truthteller. I thought it was him. I'm like, he going in on Truthteller. Man, I'm saying, they say that's Swiper. I said, damn. Not Swipey, no Swipey, man. They done unveiled this nigga. They done unveiled Swiper, man. Hell no. Bruh, the shit had me done. Good vibes, man. Chilling, cooling. What's up, Jason Lewis? Man, I was just sitting here laughing. Man, I had a good laugh today. I thought I'd share it with y'all. There go another picture of him too. I couldn't find it. But like it's just crazy, like, you know what I'm saying? Cause when you go at people and you talk that shit and you hiding, you looking like you got something to hide, people gonna always find reason to talk about you and shit like that. I know he don't get no fuck though. He's probably at the best point in his life right now he ever been. You know, I don't blame him. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully this help, or whatever the case may be. Both of them, whoever. You know what I'm saying? Not that I'm saying they need it or nothing like that. Like I said, I fucked them. Fuck is that? Who is it? Who? Scud? The Scud? I'm sure like I'm sure like I forgot you was coming over and shit. Oh, it's live and shit. I'm going live.
Nigga, stop taking something.
Nah, I'm on live. I'm live. They can, you know what I'm saying? And they was like, I was talking about something, did a knock on the door. I had to grab a blicky. Hold on, y'all. 1 second. This my cousin just walked in, man. Goddamn me, Justin. Oh, he about to knock my Xbox over and everything. You know what I'm saying? Cuz on the building. But y'all don't know. We just chilling, man. Great vibe. Y'all give me 1 second. Oh, Dream Dial say, hey, cousin. Cuz-o. They can hear you. You gonna say what up?
What up? I ain't know that shit.
He don't know how he ain't.
I don't be streaming and shit.
Yeah, he don't really be.
Most I do is Snapchat some homies.
Let me get that up. See? Yeah, man. What y'all got going on, though, man?
That's all.
That shit had me weak, though. Hold on 1 second, though. Bear with me, man. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna go through some of these pictures, though, while we look at this shit. Let me fix the screen, man. This nigga crazy, man. Dude, truth. My bad, y'all. I ain't trying to star y'all out, man. I'm just showing y'all this shit, man. This shit funny as hell to me. The resemblance is uncanny. What they say, the resemblance is uncanny. Dale Firebird, what it do, Brody? I can't call it my spouse, you know what I'm saying? It's crack-a-lacking. Sitting here talking shit, man. I was enjoying they little battle.
You can give me one?
Shit, my shit come from the, I got that bitch from the store. Them bitches come from the store. You gotta get a
Forward card. I don't know.
You don't got no forward card. You just gotta get an old lady. You know what I'm saying? Y'all bear with me, man. Y'all know I can't goddamn me. We can't be You know what I mean? Oh, but I want to show y'all something else too. I had noticed something else today too. On the man, I be on point with this shit sometimes, bro. Like most of the time, like I be on point with this shit. I gotta look it up though. But I had ran the story and I just seen right after that you be seeing other people run the same
All right,
shit.
cuz, I'm gonna let you go.
Don't you got it on yeah, that's what I was talking about. So the other day, I was letting y'all remember when we was doing the G Herbo, talking about the G Herbo. And I'm all over the place too, cause we supposed to be talking about Young Thug. We gonna get to Young Thug, baby mama, and that tragic situation right there. But yeah, man, that shit was crazy about Buddy. But we gonna get back to that. We gonna talk about how that G Herbo situation, how I told y'all it looked like dude standing behind him. Now I'm telling y'all, Lil Wet, he got weight. His shit. If he was around, but he like as soon as he got out of jail, cause he was fighting a quadruple homicide. Like that's what I say. Who that?
It's me.
Like I said, you gotta down there kill 4 people to get love from your homies if you in Chicago or some shit like that. Oh, you got your dope. See, you see me, I got mine over there. Yeah, so you know, he killed 4 people or whatever, or you know, allegedly killed 4 people. So Herbo knew that was gonna be good publicity. Like Savage, that he was all over the news. So as soon as he got out of jail, Herbo hit him with the 150 chain, gave him his own 150 chain. Like that was Herbo shit. He gave him his chain. The way Herbo used to have in all them videos and all that shit. Now he might have got him another one made after that. Let me lock my door, y'all. Now he might have got him another one made after that, but from that point, I know for sure that was that chain because he took it off his neck and gave it to him. Gave him the 150 chain. Next thing you know, he got the Audemars and all that shit. You know what I'm saying? And that could be part of how they fell out too. He could have gave him their watches on some old or you know whatever type of jewelry on some old. You can just wear it, and he ain't want to give it back type shit. You know what I'm saying? So he probably not fucking with it. It's always 2 sides to a story, so who knows what's really going on with the situation. But I know Lil Wet name hold a little weight. If it would have been just Cairo saying that shit, I probably wouldn't have believed him. But the fact that Lil Wet was behind him, and I know for sure he was with G Herbo like every day, that's what make this shit hit different. That's why you see Lil Reese. That's why you see Lil Reese coming out speaking about it and all that shit. You know what I'm saying? Because he know that shit hold weight. Your whole weight behind it being that who it is. You know who came out and said the shit, which is you know, even though there was Cairo dude that got punched in McDonald's and all that, he was young, and all the people who was involved in that died. He's still alive. So who knows how that turned out? I ain't making no insinuations or nothing like that. I'm just saying that's, you know, the way the streets look at it. He's still here. So whatever that case may be, yeah, people can look at that as a fault. Like, why would I believe somebody that got punched up in McDonald's and then fight back, shit like that? But then you got the you got a real motherfucker that's standing behind him, that was with him, that he put in his raps talking about when we beat the case, we going to Egypt and all that. Now he ain't got to take a motherfucker to eat. To me, it's all little boy shit. If you ask me, like if I was them, my loyalty would be worth more than going on the internet and trying to expose you. Like I would Oracle, what it do? Mike, what it do? I wouldn't expose my homie if he made it out the hood and he was rapping and all that shit, and he was repping what we repping. You know what I'm saying? I don't think I can expose him, because just him claiming what we claiming and us being from that clique, it should be a way to make a way to make some money of it. Do whatever you got to do. I'm pretty sure Herbo ain't no damn dummy. Like if you went to her, if I was Herbo homie and I came up with a smart business plan and I went to Herbo and said, hey man, I want to open up I want to sell some merch, some NLMB merch, or I want to do this, and the plan was right, he probably would help you out. You know what I'm saying? Niggas just want a motherfucker to give them something, give them a pack, go get, hey man, go get 100 bowls, give me 10 bucks, you know. But he also spoke on that. He said, shit, you could have gave niggas jobs or whatever, you know. So you never know how that shit go. But I just feel like that interview was a tipping point to where they was fed up. They was tired of being lied to. Herbo wasn't looking out for them. Herbo could be fucked up too, because I'm telling you, a lot of these rappers spend a lot of money, and the money come in, yeah, but the money go out a lot faster than it come in most cases. So yeah, man, you gotta understand shit. This shit crazy, you know what I mean? It ain't no. It ain't no one-way street, you know what I'm saying? SHHII, what it do? And then we got let's see, YOUNGTHUG, baby mama, man, that shit even more sad news. I know he gonna step up to the plate though. He always look like he been a good daddy, you know what I'm saying? When he on the scene, even though he let his people was mad because he let his kid cuss, everybody do that at some point, you know what I'm saying? After a while, you make it cut out, but when certain people from down south, they just different, you know what I'm saying? So shit ain't gonna always, everybody ain't gonna always agree on how they raise their kids, but this wasn't that baby. I think this was his son. This was his son baby mama anyway. I mean his son mother, if I'm not mistaken. I want to say he had two by her, but I only seen the picture of him in one.
Police looking for the man who shot and killed a 31-year-old woman during an argument over a bowling ball. Lakeivia Jackson was at the Metro Fund Center for her best friend's birthday party. At some point during the evening, there was a fight and then gunfire.
CBS 46's Zach Summers spoke with Jackson's mother. Zach.
That interview, absolutely heartbreaking. You know, often police talk about conflict resolution. That did not happen here at Metro Fund Center last night. Instead, a young woman lost her life to gun violence. Sharina Jackson's final moment with her daughter Lakeivia is one no parent should have to endure. She helplessly heard her daughter take her last breath over the phone.
I couldn't understand what she was saying, and then all I heard was she's not breathing. And then I said, who? And she said, Lakeivia, and I lost it.
Lakeivia went bowling at Metro Fun Center Thursday night to celebrate her best friend's birthday. Atlanta police say at some point she got into an argument with someone over a bowling ball. The 31-year-old was shot and killed not too long after.
I just feel like if anybody knew that they were out there waiting on them for 20 minutes.
They was out there waiting on her for 20 minutes.
This is truly an atrocity.
That's bogus as hell. Like if you over a bowling ball, you go outside and lay on the motherfucker for 20 minutes. Now I understand. Now I don't understand none of that shit. But if she was in there talking, she probably was in there like, you know who my baby daddy. You know how girls get. But that ain't enough. That ain't enough. You can't just, you know what I'm saying. But like I said, you know that's how that shit go. say they're right or wrong, man. I like that shit too, man. It's just certain people don't be liking it, but if you want to get to it, you know, matter of fact, we're gonna do some of that shit too, man, because it's a lot we can catch up on, man. That's real shit that's going on. That's getting like, it's kind of like Biden putting the squeeze on them a little bit, but you know, we're gonna get to that, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, they in there fighting over a bowling ball. Robert Campbell, what it do? Robert Campbell in the motherfucking building. X-triple-M. Yeah, man. Allegedly over a bowling ball. Somebody wait outside 20 minutes to shoot you and kill you. Like, what the fuck do you get out of that? You just fucked up your life over a bowling ball. And you took somebody, you fucked up another, both kids. I'm pretty sure they both got kids. Now they both got kids that they can't see no more.
It's truly an atrocity.
One of them can see them, but you know what I mean. They can't raise
through surveillance.
Some could have been done, like.
Atlanta police said.
They should have, like, I know she probably thinking somebody should have seen them, but ain't nobody thinking like, oh, somebody finna go outside and lay on somebody over a bowling ball. Like, if you working at bowling alley, you ain't thinking that. You know what I'm saying? At worst case scenario, you probably thinking that she waiting outside so she can fight you again.
At some point, she got into an argument with someone over a bowling ball. The 31-year-old was shot
getting crazy.
not too long after.
Finna get into
I
it.
just feel like if anybody knew that they were out there waiting on him for 20 minutes, something could have been done.
This is truly an atrocity. Right now, investigators are combing through surveillance video. APD Commander Ralph Wolfram says several witnesses are also cooperating.
We will find the person that's responsible. You know who you are. Go ahead and turn yourself in. We assure you that we will bring you into custody.
I hope so. I hope so.
As for Lakevia's mom, pain and grief now fills the void left behind by her daughter's senseless death.
Call me just to hear my voice. I'm gonna miss that.
Lakevia Jackson has a teen son with rapper Young Thug. We're told by the grandmother the son is with the father tonight. As for the suspected gunman, APD not releasing that information.
I knew he was gonna step up, you know what I'm saying? What you got to, you know what I'm saying? But damn, you gotta deal with, you would have thought in that situation that Young Thug being a rapper, that it'd be the roles would be reversed. But here it is, even women getting to the point where they beefing with each other and they taking it to gunplay instead of a little fist fight or whatever the case may be, you know what I'm saying? Unless she did fight her in there and whooped her, probably, you know, ain't no telling what happened. But it never was enough to where you should be like, I'm finna kill this person. You know what I'm saying? Like, then you got fans and shit that you go and read the comments and shit and look at these blogs, some of these blogs, and they talking about Young Thug had it done, and he said, I'm happy she did. Come on, man, y'all gotta chill with that shit. That shit just too much. Y'all playing with people's lives and really taking it too damn far with that, you know what I'm saying? Propaganda shit. Yeah, she definitely should have been protected, but you know, like, I don't know, bro, like, I don't know, you know, like, I feel like, you know, yeah, you know, you can do that, but you can only, when people grown, you can't control what a grown person do, you feel me? Like, some motherfuckers, like, I know situations where people be like, oh man, you know, you supposed to do this, you supposed to do that, and you be like, shit, I did do it, it didn't work, I did, you know what I'm saying? But you know how it is, man. Luckily, there wasn't none of the kids hurt. Luckily, you know, he able to get the kid and keep him company while he going through this unthinkable moment. I can't even believe what's going on. I can't even think of what he going through, you know what I mean? Shit just crazy all the way around. You know, but he got a person like Young Thug that can step up and give him the world and make him, you know, feel a lot better about whatever, or take his mind, not make him feel better, but take his mind off of it, which will ultimately make him feel better.
But again, they say they are confident father tonight. As for the suspected gunman, APD not releasing that information, but again, they say they are confident this investigation will not drag on. We're live in Southwest Atlanta. Zach Summers, CBS 46 News.
That shit there. That shit there getting crazy, man. I think we're gonna get to this. Let me see. She should have been protected. The dude waited outside the bowling alley. So that was a dude that killed her? I thought it was a girl. Oh, so a dude shot her, so she just called somebody to come up there, and then the dude came and shot her. And they probably, you know, he could have probably just not liked them. My bad, y'all. Let me send this text message. Yeah, so yeah, man. See, it was a dude. That shit. Now that's crazy right there. You can't. That gotta be some old. You know, there gotta be some more to that shit now. Now I'm thinking there's some more to it on some shit like, say, a dude in tour with Young Thug or Young Thug clique, right? And he been probably around, and his baby mama like, yeah, man, fuck Thug and them, and they know they beefing with each other. They got internal beef and all, I mean, not, you know, real street beef or whatever. And then the two girls see each other at the thing. One girl, you know, Young Thug girl, I don't know if well, you never know. She could have popped on the old girl first, you know what I'm saying? But if it's another chick, you know, you'll get clout off of beating up Young Thug baby mama, you know what I'm saying? You might make the blogs and shit like that, you know what I'm saying? Especially if it was on camera and all that, which I'm sure somebody was recording, you know, there's always somebody recording, then there's cameras in the thing, I'm sure. So they could have seen each other, you know, got to talking off, popping off at the mouth, you know what I'm saying? And old girl called, that's how they gonna catch him with that phone call. When they get that phone call and see what was said, who she called, and check their call, that's how they gonna get him. And you know, a motherfucker goddamn could have got into it. She, you know, whatever happened, you know what I'm saying? They got the one girl got the best of the other. She called up people like, Young Thug baby mama up here, you know what I'm saying? This whoa, you know what I'm saying? Y'all say y'all don't like Young Thug, you can come get her ass right now type shit, you know what I'm saying? And it could have been some old fool shit like that, bro. I ain't know a dude shot her. That's crazy. A girl could never call me unless, like, it had to be life-threatening for the other girl for me to come to a woman, like, even if it was my sister, my mother can't. My mother, I ain't no telling if she, at this age, if my mother an old woman and then she tell me some young girl to put in, but I just go whoop the girl, you know what I'm saying? But it depending on how bad, if she hurt my mama to the point of, y'all know how it goes. She gonna get whatever my mama got, you know, but a little worse. So whatever the case, but I wouldn't go with no gun. You know, I'd go with a gun, but not for her. I'd be just beat her ass, you know what I'm saying? You don't do no shit like, I don't see how a man can shoot a woman in no situation unless she got a knife coming at you or she got a gun. You know what I'm saying? I don't see how no man can shoot a woman. Especially, you know, yeah, man. You don't get no clout off that. Not no dude. That's what I'm saying. But I'm saying, like, if you a woman and you go whoop Young Thug baby mama, the woman could have got clout. Like, you know what I'm saying? They put the fight up. Oh, this Young Thug baby mama. The blogs will eat that shit up. You know what I'm saying? Blogs will eat that shit up, especially if it's footage. You know what I'm saying? She'd have been all over the blogs. The girl that put hands on Young Thug baby mama. You know what I'm talking about. You know how that shit go. But no, you don't get no clout for calling somebody to come up there and shoot that girl, goddamn me, over anything. You know what I'm saying? I don't care what it is. You know what I mean? I just can't see it, you know, unless there's some death involved, and I doubt if it was some death involved. But if there's some death involved, then that's beyond, that's out of our reach, you know. But I just can't see it. You know what I'm saying? I can't see why somebody would even put themselves in a position to have to kill a woman, or, you know what I mean? Like, what was it? What did he just? I wonder how it happened. Did she come out and he just stalked her like a killer, or what? Or was it like a fight and he was losing a fight and he shot? I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I thought the girl shot her. I ain't gonna even lie. I thought the old girl shot her. You know what I'm saying? And I can't even lie. I'm looking like, God damn, that shit crazy. This already was crazy, but the fact that a dude shot her. Yeah, that shit corny as hell, bro. You don't get no cool points for it. You actually lose cool points for that. If you ask me, you lose cool points for that. You know what I'm saying? You don't get no cool points for that, you lose cool points. That's on me. Yeah, I swear that's what it be, Dale. What up with it? You think you dropped it outside or something? Yeah, I just did it twice. I just did it again. It's 2 plus the 80. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You want me to look outside? I can. You think you dropped it out there? Alright, bet. I'll do that. Alright. Yeah, man. People gotta realize this one thing right here. That shit ain't gonna make you feel better. Doing whatever you, killing something, you know what I'm saying? Like, unless somebody kill somebody that's in your family, you know what I'm saying? That shit ain't gonna make you, and even then, it still ain't gonna make you, it's gonna temporarily make you feel better, but at the end of the day, you gonna be like, damn, man, I really fucked up and took somebody's life. You still gonna feel fucked up. The only way you won't feel fucked up about that shit is if you kill somebody while they trying to kill you. While they can't, if they came to kill you and you kill them, That's about the only way you won't feel no, you know what I'm saying, fucked up about it. And that's just for me talking to people and judging from my experience. You know what I'm saying? That shit be, yeah, these dudes are emotional, bro. I feel like they be the type of dudes that get turned down by women and then call them a bitch, you know what I'm saying? Cause she ain't want to talk to them. Like they'll see a girl and be like, hey, cutie or something, and she'll just keep walking cause she got a man or she just not feeling dude or something. Well, fuck you then, bitch. You know what I'm saying? them type of niggas or something. Like what and they worse than them. What makes you want to kill a motherfucker cause they don't fuck with you? Cause you know, like my girl, no girl could call me like, oh, this girl just beat my ass, come kill her. Bitch, you better fight. I'm about to come up there so you can fight her ass again. I'll watch your back while you fight her. I ain't finna motherfucking come up there and fuck my life up to kill somebody because you couldn't put your hands up. That shit be crazy than a motherfucker, bro. Like, come on, man. It's pointless. I'ma go to jail. Your ass might go. You gonna go. You should go. They gonna probably lock your ass up too because you sent me the motherfucker and you the one told me to do it. So it's like they gonna charge you like you put a hit out. All our kids gonna be fucked up out here with no guidance. Everybody lose. What the fuck sense does that make? None. Take your ass whooping and sit your ass down. Just imagine if everybody that got their ass whooped would have been able to take it. It'll be so many people alive to this day. Vaughn will be alive. Drakeo the Ruler will be alive. Shit. Or even if a motherfucker can take words, Nipsey will be alive. If a motherfucker that didn't give a fuck so much about words and what they mean, cause one person called you a snitch, so what? We used to call each other snitch. You know how back in the day, or you motherfucker go tell your mama or say something, it ain't even gotta be snitching. It can just be, motherfucker asks you what's your name? His name Billy, his name Hootie. Damn, snitch ass nigga, you know what I'm saying? Motherfucker call you a snitch for anything now. Cause I told the motherfucker your name before you was finna tell him. That shit crazy. Hello, gang. Let me go look outside and see if my cousin dropped his money. Hold on, alright. We got that color though. It's chillier than December out there. Walk out here and see if he dropped $100. Somebody dropped $100 somewhere. So like drop it off to me. There you go, baby. Nothing. Yeah, the game, but this shit getting crazy and crazy. Then you got, he said you got a homeboy y'all called snitching. He never snitched. Right, he could have fucked up and just told. Motherfucker could have been like, what was y'all at last night? And he said she went to the club and somebody told that girl we ain't go to the club. And he fucked up and didn't get the memo. Now he a snitch for life. We gonna call his ass a snitch for life. This is just how it is. People give words too much power. Certain words, even though words are powerful, don't get me wrong, words can hurt people, but I don't think it's too much of nothing that somebody can say to you that'll make you want to take their life. Especially if you've been through hell or the ghetto, or even if you ain't been through the ghetto, if you've been through it your own life, because people in the ghetto ain't the only ones with bad lives. Suburb people be fucked up sometimes more than us. You know what I'm saying? They go through shit too. Getting took advantage of and all type of shit. You know what I'm saying? And just mental health affects everybody for real. It just get to, anybody can be hit with that tag because it's just so, it's so easy to get it nowadays, especially in the world we living in. That's why I'm trying to tell people about this damn war. Like, motherfuckers don't understand, yeah, okay, we can win the war, but at what cost? Shit, we leave, we get our motherfucking, we get something bombed around this motherfucker. We get some, like, just say they bomb, goddamn me, one of these major cities where all of us probably got a family member at. I swear, boy, no, it's gonna be so much trauma and so much motherfuckers gonna be like, man, I'm PTSD. You know who gonna be like, oh, that's normal, the ghetto. We gonna be like, shit, this shit been happening where we from, bucko. This ain't nothing new for us. You know what I'm saying? And that's real shit. It's gonna be a normal day at the office for us. And it's for anybody else, it's gonna be like some shit they never seen. Even though we never seen it on that type of magnitude, but we still would be like, damn, this shit just, you know, I'm used to it. That's why I was like crazy, but you still, like, if you can go back to when the towers hit, I don't know where probably everybody in here probably can remember where they was at when them planes hit the towers. Exactly, bro. They don't know that deal. They don't know they got shit that can take out 2-3 cities at one time. Not only take it out, but the place won't be livable or nowhere near it for a long time because it'll be radiation. So imagine they take New York out, right? The stock market fucked up. Ain't no telling what else get fucked up that come from New York. The whole city of New York fucked up and radioactive. Man, it'll be hell tell the captain, bro. I promise you motherfuckers ain't ready for that shit. While they sitting there talking about Trump would have been had us in war. Trump would have been had him standing down. Because what Biden don't realize is just like you can fuck shit up over here, we can fuck shit up over there, but 10 times worse. And Trump would have understood that. He would have knew, like, if I show some aggression, he'll back off. But when you ain't showing no aggression, your answer to shit is stop his money. Now that's getting, you know what? After I noticed everything that he been doing, it makes sense, but you should have been done this, because a lot of people died now. So what he doing is stopping everybody's shit. He done confiscated yachts, houses, all their vacation homes, all the people, and not just Putin shit, but all the rich people, all the richest people in Russia that's affiliated with Putin. Now, they froze their money, most of their offshore money, all that shit, took all their shit and all that, right? So now they looking at it like, shit, Putin still somewhere, got the Air Force One in the sky. He you know, got his family somewhere safe. We can't even go to where we wanted to go to be safe, which is probably somewhere on an island, some motherfucking where. And they can't do it because the USA they confiscated and froze all their shit. You know what I'm saying? So now their only chance is to, you know, turn against Putin. But Putin has already don't let nobody close to him, but his people, but his close security. So how they gonna get to him to do something? You know what I'm saying? He probably be the had their last one of their ass knocked just for even thinking about doing something to him. That's why it's getting. That's why I'm trying to tell people, like, look, y'all ass think it's a game in this. If his ass really get the knock, if he really don't care, because you got to think he's 70 years old. He probably thinking like, fuck it, how much longer am I gonna live? I probably can live another 10 years in this war. Let me go ahead and give America a taste of their own medicine. You know what I'm saying? Because America done bombed a lot of places and fucked a lot of places up. People don't know, like, it's countries that hate our guts, you know what I'm saying, and forever will, because of the shit that and even the people that liked us and that hated where they was at, who we was fighting for, the people who we was fighting for, right? Who wanted us to come over there and fight, but they wanted us to come over there and get on feet and get in the field and fight, you know what I'm saying? They ain't want us to just start bombing shit, killing innocent people, and then coming over there after you already leveled all our cribs and all that shit, you know what I'm saying? So in the midst of them over there supporting, you know, America, I guarantee you it's even American troops that been over there in them wars in Iraq and all that shit, and they over there, they done met them a little Iraqi chick or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Next thing you know, they done bomb, you know, they done bomb somewhere, goddamn me, where his little old lady was at, that was over there, and he done had her pregnant, you know what I'm saying, is about to have a baby. Now he looking at America crazy, you know what I'm saying? Like, man, what the fuck? I see why they don't like y'all ass. Y'all just bombing everything, you know what I'm saying? And it's just that's what modern day war is. It ain't like it used to be. It ain't that all the soldiers meet up and go to war shit, you know what I'm saying? Now it's press this button, boop up. Alright, we just took out one of their biggest cities, press this button, boop up. Alright, we just took out their base. You know what I'm saying? It ain't, unfortunately, it ain't really that no more. It's more of a, you know, it's more of a cyber and button mashing contest and who got the best shit, you know what I'm saying? Exactly, bro. They EMP. Motherfuckers gonna wish they had that. That's why I say, right? That's why I say I wanted solar electricity, bro. Because that's about the only thing, people that got that solar power. And then now imagine having solar power, right? Imagine an EMP going off, and then you got solar power, and then some motherfuckers ride by your house and see you got solar power. You think they ain't gonna want your house? Motherfuckers might come up in that bitch like, do y'all let us come up in here and live here, or are we taking this bitch? You know what I'm saying? So now you gotta have something to protect your house. Now you got to kill your own people because they want your fucking house because you got lights and they don't. This shit, like this shit'd be chaos around this motherfucker. That's why I said it'll be a war inside a war. A lot of people gonna turn on each other, and a lot of people gonna get to banging and fighting each other. In the midst of them bombing our ass, it's gonna be motherfuckers trying to get rich through this shit, so they'll feel like when this shit over with, I'ma have this, I'ma have that. You know what I'm saying? Man, it's gonna be so much crazy shit. It's gonna be a lot of people like, oh, we can go kill our enemies. If they got enemies, they're gonna like, man, we can go slide on our enemies right now, man. Everybody, the police busy. It'll be chaos, bro. Fighting ourselves. I guarantee you, I bet we do. And if just say at best, if everybody don't turn on everybody, you gonna see like the KKK turning on blacks and shit like that, and blacks turning on KKK members. You at least gonna see some type of racial wars. Why? They're gonna have to meet one day. Why? Because guess who own all the farms and shit where the food at? So when motherfuckers start running out of food, that's where they're gonna go. Especially when it's imminent. If they don't start growing their own shit or something like that, it's gonna always be that. Motherfuckers gonna be going in the richest neighborhoods. Trying to take shit over. It's gonna be like me. I would want to be somewhere on the big ass hill. I don't know. I'd probably rather take over a grocery store or something, like, you know what I'm saying? What I said, like a Walmart or some shit. That probably would be the best thing to do. But take over, you know, go in a Walmart, you and all your people, get you together a couple hundred people and go in Walmart. And make sure it's a Walmart that's by a furniture store and shit, so motherfuckers can go there and get mattresses and beds and shit. I don't know, like, it'll be crazy, but and then I know it's gonna be a big war at that Walmart, but you know they got cameras everywhere. They have motherfuckers in there watching the cameras. Gates locked, all that. No trespassing. Trespassers will be shot. Survivors will be shot again. Straight up and down. Yeah, so that's what's gonna be around, man. I'm telling you, like Bill Gates and Elon Musk. He the only one that ain't gonna feel shit. I guarantee you, Elon Musk got solar everything. His ass can go in. He can go into something right now, like not a pandemic, but well, yeah, like a pandemic or something, or like what you call it? I forgot, you know, the word I'm looking for. One of them motherfuckers happen right now, Elon ain't gonna feel nothing. He already got electric cars, electric houses. Bill Gates do too. I mean, solar houses. Are you right? I think Bill Gates got it too. He got a green Bill Gates house. Got everything, farm, inside farm, yeah. But you seen Bill Gates' house though? Where he got a farm in the inside of his house? Gardens and shit. A self-sustaining. Like a room that self-sustainably grow everything you need. Like a whole section in his house or whatever. You know, he probably got, his shit probably the size of a warehouse or bigger. But he got like a room that grow everything. Like if it don't grow it in this room, it'll grow it in the next room. You know what I'm saying? Vegetables, fruits, all that shit. Bill Gates' house, but it'll be hard to get in that motherfucker. You know he gonna have. You gotta think, every security guard that ever worked for Bill Gates gonna be at their residence, strapped to the T. He probably got panic buttons or, you know what I'm saying, all type of shit going on. You know, I guarantee he gonna have his whole, everybody family gonna come in. I'm like, man, all the security I ever had, y'all family, come on. Y'all good. Bring your family and let's get it, man. All you gotta do is protect the house. Make sure don't nobody pink us. Ping, pang, pow, you can have it. Y'all can live here with me. Elon Musk shit gonna be done. If I had a choice, I'd rather be like, I want somewhere like on a big ass hill where I can't nobody see up, but I can see down. Kind of like Pablo prison was. See how where Pablo built this prison at? Couldn't know like a whole, even if you like they ain't no fast driving up his shit. He had the telescopes aimed on the road, and the road so fucked up. It's a dirt little road where you gotta drive slow as hell around the curve to get up that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? You ain't no walking up there for real unless you walk on the road, and that's gonna be even more, you know, take you even longer. But he had it to where, you know, can't no police cars just pulling up all fast, and you ain't bringing no big trucks up that motherfucker. Ain't nothing, you know what I'm saying? You gotta wiggle your way around. So it took a minute. So by the time they got up there, he was already ready for him. Like, yeah, be ready. I'm sure he had shit rigged up, bombs rigged, all type of shit going on. Yeah, they let's see what they got to say, man. See what Hannity got to say, man. Oh, it say U.S. has already started a war with Russia. Let's see. It's the last thing that they uploaded 4 minutes ago, too. I hope my goddamn shit ain't been muted. Alright, bet. This shit make my little nerves bad. Tomorrow we already started a war with them. I ain't gonna lie though, I do kind of wanna get Putin up out of there, but I don't know, like this shit just gonna fuck the economy up. We already fucked up. Like this shit just gonna cripple us. He gotta have a plan to get people back right. And I don't think he'll do that, like the way he was shitting on Trump for giving people help for money and all that shit for their businesses, boy. He talking about the people should be able to go back to work. Man, shut your dumb ass up. You want us to everybody go back to work and catch COVID and die.
Deeply sympathize with the people of Ukraine. They got invaded. Who wouldn't sympathize with them? So our Congress and our executive branch have been busy shoveling armaments to the government of Ukraine. And again, no one's questioning anyone's motives here. But if you're going to accelerate a conflict in Eastern Europe, you have to wonder what the consequences might be. What would it mean if the United States was sucked into a war with Russia? Well, that's one of the questions we asked the other day to Congresswoman Maria Salazar of Florida. She's the one who refused to rule out imposing a no-fly zone over Ukraine. In fact, called for it. Watch.
My position is that we should not take the no-fly zone off the table. But before that, that's two. We need to do one. And one is to give Zelensky exactly what he's asking for. No troops on the ground. Let's give him the MiGs and the S-300s, what he needs to defend his own.
You talking about in Russia? And you know what? That's probably what he been waiting on, them underground bunkers. But you know, America probably got some shit that can fuck that up too. I seen some bomb that they had that can go so far in the ground, they can, you know, penetrate like real deep in the ground. I gotta look it up. But it was on you know that show. What was that show called? World Most Powerful Weapons or something like that. I stayed watching that show. That show fun, dope. I don't know if y'all into that type of stuff, but it shows you like the most powerful and most innovative weapons and shit. They had a gun that can, a bullet that can go around corners. Like if you, like somebody hiding around the corner, I could shoot and the bullet would go around the corner and get his ass. It was crazy. Then they had one where you can turn the barrel to shoot around the corner, which was an easier concept. Like, say if I'm, let me see, right here or something, somebody behind this, I can just put the gun right here, the barrel be facing that way. Fire. Yeah, man, them demonstrations, that be hard, bro. I missed that show. I don't know if they still got it, but I missed that show. I ain't seen it in a minute. Probably just because I've been watching a lot of other shit, though. But let's see what they talking about real quick.
airspace. So he will create his own no-fly zone.
So if you're starting to get the impression that the people formulating our foreign policy have no freaking clue what they're talking about and haven't thought past, say, tonight in the implications of what they're recommending, you may be onto something. There are a lot of deeply ignorant, reckless people, even some of them motivated by perfectly noble impulses, who are running things. So now may be the time to pause and ask, what would it mean to enter into a hot war?
Yeah, I used to watch
with
it on
Russia?
TV. I showed and tried.
Brian Dean Wright is a former CIA operations
YouTube.
officer. He's thought a lot about that. He joins us tonight. Brian, thanks so much for coming on.
I'll be seeing the news shows and things. Something ain't quite like that one used to be.
I think the public has a right to determine what it thinks of this and make that decision on the basis of all available facts. So I'd just be interested in asking what you think. How close are we to an open war with Russia, and what would that mean for the United States?
Great questions. It gets worse every day. The possibility of a hot war are real and getting more real every day. Look, what I'm asking Americans to do tonight is put aside their hatred for Putin or Zelensky, for that matter, or Ukraine or Russia. Put all that aside for a moment. Understand that we have, in effect, declared war against Russia. We have done three things. One, we have crippled their economy, right? Two, we are shoving in all these weapons. And third, this hasn't gotten a lot of press. We are giving tactical intelligence to the Ukrainian government to put an X on the forehead of a Russian soldier and Russian equipment. Let me say that a little differently. Our spies and our satellites are helping the Ukrainians kill Russians. So we have declared war. So we should be asking, shouldn't we, well, what's that war going to look like, to your point? And indeed, we should start with the first place of, well, who's actually putting together our war response? Well, we know that the folks at the Pentagon are the ones who are primarily responsible for that. But actually, wait a second. They just got us out of a 20-year war, didn't they? Or actually, they kept us in one, and we lost it. Yeah, to goat herders.
You kill them backwoods.
Now we have folks on Capitol Hill and in the White House who are also.
When you watch the backwoods, look at all that shit.
And they were the ones who were formulating the policies that also lost that war. So the people who are now formulating our response to a nuclear-armed Russia are the same ones who couldn't figure out how to beat goat herders in Afghanistan. That should cause everyone
now this is what I'm talking about right here. Now he petty for that. He said they couldn't figure out how to beat goat herders. Obviously, they was better than goat herders. They got y'all ass up out of there. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all, that's disrespectful to me. All them over there ain't enemies, bro. You calling them goat herders, and you keep saying it so you can make sure we hear you saying it. Like, bruh, get your ass on. I would love to see him. He the type of motherfucker that need to go over there to war. You feel me? He need to go over there on the front line. Get your dumb ass over there. I swear, if I was president, I see people talk like this, and I swear I go to their face. I say, I swear I go to war. We can go to war right now if you gonna go on the front line. If you gonna go fight for your country, we'll do it right now. Let's go. The world is on your back. No, you gonna be. I embarrass their ass every time. Both of them. Whoever talking shit.
Concerned, and we should be asking each other about it.
Talking about goat herd.
Cause everyone a very real degree of concern, and we should be asking each other about it, and we should be talking about it. So then the second question becomes, if in fact this gets hot, what happens? We know that it will escalate, and so that means that some of the first steps will be what are called asymmetric, right? Russia can't sanction our economy in the way that we did his, so he's going to do things like a cyber attack. I want people to ask themselves tonight, what if in their hometown, Russia were to shut off the lights or the water? Do you think there might be riots? Probably. You brought forward this very horrific idea and notion tonight in Brooklyn and other places of breadlines. Think that could get violent? Of course it could. So how would people's mayors and governors respond to riots? We saw it a couple years ago. Does that give you pause? See the BLM riots? That should also give you pause. So we have a whole variety of issues about then this sacrifice that will go on. That's a whole different segment, but it involves young people dying. And we should also be talking about that, because our people in Washington aren't going to be the ones sacrificing.
But they are the ones who feel virtuous by doing all of this stuff, and damn the consequences. I see a pattern, a recurring theme here, and I'm just grateful for the clarity you provided. Brian Dean Wright, I hope you'll come back.
Exactly, bro.
Thank you. Hey, Sean Hannity here.
I kinda,
hey,
like,
click here to subscribe.
Like, that's what I really fuck with, dude, Hannity. Even though he be saying some crazy shit sometimes, he be talking some real shit. Alright, here you go right here. We facing the tipping point. I like watching him. Let me see. Trying to think we should go back and watch it from the back to the front. Pause. Where he at? We're gonna watch this one first. So he biting, dragging his feet on this. Say China playing his shit. Man, that boy Jesse Smollett did 6 days and got out. We was just talking about he went in, wasn't it? That's crazy. Jesse, Jesse Smollett. He think he big time now.
Welcome to Hannity, and we begin tonight with a Fox News alert. We're going to take you live to the ground, in the ground in Ukraine, where military activity is now ongoing at this very hour. Earlier, a new barrage of indiscriminate Russian bombing completely leveling a local theater in southern Ukraine, where hundreds of innocent civilians were sheltering in place, by the way, including many young children. In fact, as you can see there on your screen, the word children was painted on the ground in Russian on either side of the theater, but Russia blew it up anyway, and now an untold number of innocent kids are dead tonight. Now, many major cities in southern Ukraine are being besieged.
Look, they told they had the thing marked. We'll be telling y'all as kids in here. I guess they thought like, oh, they could be lying just so we won't blow them up. Like who? Like even if somebody call you, tell you, like if I'm in the Army or the Navy, whatever, I'm in the Air Force or whatever the case may be, and they tell me to bomb some shit like that, bro, I can't do it. That's why I say I couldn't be able to fight for them like that, because I ain't killing no innocent women and kids that ain't had nothing to do with it, bro. They need to take this shit back to the old days where they used to get on feet and go out there and meet. That way it ain't no, you know what I'm saying? This shit done got gentrified, I guess, in a way. Just like everything else, they done found the way to gentrify war. And they televising it now, you know, so all these motherfuckers, these channels, they getting paid for this shit. They putting it on YouTube and they getting paid for it. Just like they probably was getting paid for it on the news too, from ads and all that. But now they, you know, it's a different day using this shit, man. Trust me, bro, this shit bigger than what we think. Women and children are supposed to be off limits, bro. Shit just sad, man. It's scary. It's scary because this could be us, you know what I'm saying? Like, they could really bomb our ass for real. Like, they bomb our ass, like, don't let China get into this shit. They start sending them motherfuckers over here at the same time, bro. It's gonna be pandemonium, bro. All over, every channel in America gonna have one thing on. And it's gonna be different. All the news stations gonna be the only on every channel. You know what I'm saying? And they're gonna be showing every city that's been fucked up, you know what I'm saying? They're gonna be saying, yeah, we fighting back, we fucking them up too, but it's gonna be crazy, bro. I'm talking about crazy. Highways packed, man, motherfuckers breaking the law, not giving a fuck, you know what I'm saying? Stealing cars, that motherfuckers gonna be going to, man. I'm telling you, bro. Shit gonna be so crazy, you gonna see niggas in it. You gonna go in every neighborhood, motherfuckers gonna be in Lambos, Rolls Royce trucks. They gonna go steal all that shit. Everything, like, and nobody gonna care about nothing. They gonna think this the end of the world. They gonna be going in banks trying to get money, killing people for no reason if they get in their way. Shit, man. If you see if you think the motherfucking that police shit when they was the police hands up don't shoot shit when they was rioting because of that shit. Okay. Wait till y'all see how this shit create riots. These riots gonna hit different. These motherfuckers gonna hit different. Watch. I guarantee you these motherfuckers gonna hit different. These gonna be some old shit, boy. What the fuck? You ain't gonna be able to do shit but like sit in the hot, man. Motherfucker got to down there you got to down there come together as a neighborhood to protect y'all neighborhood. Can't let no outsiders come in this motherfucker. You gonna be that's what I'm saying. It's gonna get to the point where we gotta shoot motherfuckers we don't want to shoot, regular civilians and shit. Cause it's gonna be a time where people gonna be like, nah, we ain't doing that. It's gonna be it's gonna be the group of people that's gonna say, nah, we ain't doing that. We gonna talk to them first. And then once they get killed because they tried to go talk to somebody that wasn't friendly and they ain't want to talk and they just end up shooting them and trying to take that shit anyway, we gonna kill them, and then we gonna get to that point where we like, fuck that. We ain't taking no prisoners. We ain't talking to nobody. We gonna give them a warning and we letting off. That's that on that. Same way if you watch Walking Dead or some shit like that, that's how they started off. They started off trying to be nice and be cool, and you know what I'm saying? All of them eventually went crazy and turned savage. Had to start, getting on motherfuckers' level. They couldn't keep taking people in. They couldn't keep, lowering their guards when somebody seemed like they being genuine and nice, because motherfuckers will play that way and then, trick your ass to get your shit. This shit gonna be the same way, bro. Probably worse, because it's gonna be real life. Hopefully we all can meet up. All the Wolfpack gang, we gonna meet up somewhere and take over somewhere with all our family. Everybody bring their families and their blickies. All the food you can bring, canned goods and shit. We're gonna go motherfucking. That's why I wish I was rich. I'd build me somewhere off the grid in the motherfucking woods, some motherfucking where with plenty of wildlife around so we can hunt. Plenty of places to grow our shit. And make sure there ain't no big ass buildings by where that they want to bomb. You know what I'm saying? They want to bomb something, but I'm saying that shit gonna be, the aftermath gonna really be what hurt people though. After all that shit, you know what I'm saying? After it's over with, trying to get back to normal, it's gonna be crazy. I know I don't want my kids growing up in no World War III. Say Arkansas. I don't know, we gotta look up and see how many army bases in Arkansas. I ain't going nowhere near an army base. And I live by one right now. I live like, shit, 10 minutes away from the army base. If they nuke that army base, it's definitely gonna hit me. That's how close I am. If the nukes do what people say they do. Anybody know what the biggest bomb they can drop, or any like a bit what mile radius do the nuclears have? Well, yeah, it'll be if they can take out whole cities. 10 miles ain't far enough. If they can take out whole cities, 10 miles definitely ain't far enough. Damn, bro. Let's get back to this shit.
Fears that Kyiv could be next, and today during his virtual address to Congress, the Ukrainian President Zelensky played this very powerful video showing the true horrors
of Vladimir Putin's bloody invasion and war. These images show a normal, happy country and the aftermath of Vladimir Putin's murdering invasion. Viewer warning, what you're about to see is extremely graphic. For many of you, it'll be hard to watch, but necessary. You decide.
Just in case. Shit crazy, bro. People can't even get a proper burial, bro. They gotta get, man. Motherfuckers don't want to see this in America, bro. If this was America, and Ukrainian was the other way around, Biden to be begging Ukrainian, be begging, by now Biden to be blaming Ukrainian for not helping. They should be helping us. They're supposed to be the biggest country, or the leader of the countries or whatever. But damn, I don't think we're the biggest. You know what I mean, military-wise. Well, I don't even think this shit, you know, as far as they rating go, we ain't big, the biggest military-wise, but it just seems like don't shit ever happen over here like it be happening in other places. But don't nothing happen in a lot of other countries too.
Putin has blood on his hands, he did all of that. Ukraine will never has blood on his hands, he did all of that. Ukraine will never be the same. The bloodshed is far from over, and during his remarks, President Zelensky, he urged Americans to remember Pearl Harbor, September 11, 2001, when our country was under attack. Sadly, his country is experiencing their own horror.
What about if you in a bunker though? If you in a bunker, because I'm sure a bunker's built off some type of exhaust system with the air, and the radiation. I wonder if the radiation would get in there. You know what I'm saying? Will the radiation get into the bunkers, or how long will it be before you can come out the bunkers? This shit get deep, bro. I watch a lot of them type of movies too.
Invoke Martin Luther King Jr. and Zelensky said his dream is to protect Ukrainian skies. And now President Zelensky is begging Joe Biden for help. Take a look.
Today, the Ukrainian people are defending not only Ukraine. We are fighting for the values of Europe and the world, sacrificing our lives in the name of the future. That's why today, the American people are helping not just Ukraine, but Europe and the world to keep the planet alive. I am addressing the President Biden. You are the leader of the nation, of your great nation. I wish you to be the leader of the world. Being the leader of the world means to be the leader of peace. Thank you.
Well, fucking say that's what I was just basically saying, right? They look at America like that, so now that's kind of official. Let me see, what do you say?
Means be the leader of your great nation. I wish you to be the leader.
Yeah, I wish you to be the leader of the world.
Of the world. Being the leader of the world means to be the leader of peace. Thank you.
Yeah, they do, Mike. I'll be watching it.
Many Americans tonight are asking this
blinking my ass,
question:
though.
what should America's role be when you see horror and mass graves and dead children and women in the streets? What is America's role in this? Let me be clear what it shouldn't be. A no-fly zone over Ukraine, that's not America's role. That can't happen. That would likely put American fighters in a direct fighting position and in war with Russia. We cannot be the world's police force. U.S. boots on the ground, that can't happen either. It hasn't worked out well in the past. This would involve the United States engaging then with Russia in a war, and that could very likely signal the real beginning of World War III with nuclear proliferation just a button away. But America, we have a conscience and a soul, and we care about innocent men, women, and children. There are many ways that we can help. I go back to Ronald Reagan. He provided, for example, the Mujahideen in Afghanistan, the Stinger missile.
Right, I knew they couldn't, but I know they got some type of filtration system. Some people, I bet somebody got a filtration system that's built for that shit though. That can handle it. Some of them rich motherfuckers, they got some shit that's self-sustained. You know, it's probably depended on by machines. Who knows how many years it worked? But I'm sure they got, you know, and then they'll have people down there who can fix it too. You know how that shit go, man. They got all type of shit ready for this type of shit, man. Probably, I can't think of that damn airplane that ain't never got to land. I don't think it, and I think it only, yeah, I think it because it's refueling there. I don't know, maybe. I think it only need to be refueled every 20 some days. I don't know. I gotta look it up again.
Well, that helped Afghanistan defeat the former Soviet Union in the 1980s. Reagan made that happen. Reagan also provided weaponry to the freedom fighters, the Contra rebels in Nicaragua, to battle Daniel Ortega and the Sandinistas. He was successful there. Reagan never put a single American boot on the ground. These weapons helped these freedom fighters defeat bad.
I don't think this ever, like, as far as Democrats go, they ain't never looked at this bad, bro. I'm talking about they looking like some, bro, they looking bad, bro. Bad. Like, this what y'all been waiting on all this time. Y'all wanted to get a puppet in office, 100% puppet, because I feel like mostly maybe all of them be puppets, you know what I'm saying? All presidents to a certain extent be puppets, but some of them be strong, like the Bushes. They wasn't going for that shit. They was gonna do what they wanted to do. They was gonna, do it how they do it. What's his name? Barack, he did what he wanted to do to a certain extent too. But they still wouldn't let a lot of the shit he wanted to do, but they wouldn't let it happen, or they fought him to the end for it. Clinton, I believe, kind of did what he was a puppet, but he kind of did what he wanted to do. And he was a puppet at first, but then when he didn't do what they wanted him to do, that's when they came with the scandals and shit, you know what I'm saying? Oh, okay, you ain't gonna do it. Then I feel like they got dirt on everybody, and they always come with the scandals. The same thing they did with Barack with the damn, with the he not from America type shit and all this shit. They try to pull something on everybody who try to be their own president and type shit. With Biden, I feel like he ain't got enough nuts to, or like oomph in his life left, if you get me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't, like, me being, like, just imagine you at your age trying to be president or whatever the case may be, and decisions that you would have to make, right? Just imagine, like, him being 80, you being 80 years old and have to decide this type of shit. Like, bro, it's too much on his plate. That's why I say he shouldn't even, he should step down. He should step down, bro. Like, for real. Like, this ain't for him. We already seen, bro. It ain't no hard feelings. You know what I'm saying? We still fuck with you. You still cool. But step down, bro. So somebody else can step up and do what need to be done, because you ain't getting it done at all. You know what I'm saying? You really just goddamn me in the way. I don't know what you talking about. You can't even get up there and hold a proper speech the way you supposed to make the people feel like they about to be protected. Every time you get off stage, they feel like, you know what I'm saying? The only people be happy when he get off stage is the news, because they know they got some good stories to run. They be like, oh yeah, we finna fire his ass up right now. Let's get it. You know what I'm saying? They finna fire his ass up. He just ain't. He ain't got exactly. He not witty enough. He not coherent. He not in tune with what's going on. He don't really know what the ins and outs of not bullying, but standing up for yourself as a man too. You know, is like he don't know. Like he can't read Putin good enough to tell. Like Putin is a gangster. Like bro, I can tell Putin is a gangster, bro. Look at his back. He was a KGB. You know they all think they ahead of the curve. You know what I'm saying? He was a KGB. He look, the way he move is gangster. He don't let nobody around him. He done took out other people who tried to run for president. Like all this shit put together, that let me know right there. Okay, I see how he thinking. He think I'm a bitch. He think I'm soft. Okay, let's get it. You know what I'm saying? And that's how Biden's supposed to be, but it ain't in him.
And actors.
I don't think. I just feel like it really ain't in him, bro. It ain't nothing he can do.
What he's asking for,
he's softer than tissue.
Weapons that they need so they can battle back against Russia. The Ukrainian people, frankly, they've shown incredible courage and effectiveness so far against Russia. They are showing their willingness to do their own fighting. They're just asking for the tools of war. The late, great Charles Krauthammer once wrote, "Enter the Reagan Doctrine, which relies on indigenous revolutionaries to challenge for reasons that parallel but need not coincide with ours, the Soviet Empire and its periphery." This strategy effectively countered the Soviet communists, like I said, in places like Central America, again without putting an American boot on the ground and not risking a single American life. This is similar to what President Trump did in 2017 with great success in Iraq. This is after Joe Biden and Barack Obama let this ISIS caliphate build out.
Don't try to throw Obama in there now. Fucking with you,
presence. Donald Trump utterly destroyed the ISIS caliphate using modern weaponry and technology to do it, pushing buttons in Tampa, Florida, and with pinpoint precision, taking out one target after another. And 2 years later, President Trump utilized a similar strategy. He took out Iran's top terrorist, Soleimani, with a drone strike in Baghdad, right there on the tarmac of an airport. Again, without putting a single boot on the ground. Trump projected peace through strength. This is peace through strength. Look, I am a registered conservative. I like to say when people ask me, the media mob likes to, how do you describe your political philosophy? Well, I'm a Reagan conservative. I'm a Make America Great Again conservative, a Save America conservative, and American First conservative. Now, the Reagan doctrine worked. The Trump doctrine worked. We need to remember these important lessons from both Trump and Reagan and apply them to any future conflict.
We lose some credibility with me.
American interests and the cause of freedom are at stake. And now in Ukraine, without the possibility of American air power or boots on the ground, it is critical that the U.S. take a moral stand. And
I'm not sure what he said, but I think he said
give Ukraine the ability to
he's
protect their
racist,
own
basically.
skies. And that would include sending dozens of MiG-29 fighters that were offered from Poland. But unfortunately, our weak and frail and cognitively struggling president, Joe Biden, single-handedly nixed that plan. And today he refused to answer any questions about the decision to block these critical planes from being put to good use by Ukrainian pilots. Take a look.
Mr. President, what will it take for you to send the Polish MiGs that President Zelensky is asking for?
I'm not going to comment on that right now. I'm not going to comment any other than what I told you today. Thank you.
They told me I'm not allowed to take questions. They get mad at me and everything. If I take a question, they tell me I'm not allowed. I won't get my ice cream tonight. Anyway, we need to be brutally honest here. I don't trust Biden. I don't trust Kamala Harris. And I don't trust Nancy Pelosi. They are all pathetically weak in terms of the leadership. The top three people.
Hey, I hate to say it, but he might be a little racist, or he might be come off as racist or whatever, but what he's saying for the country is right. Kamala, the old girl, and Biden is too soft, bro. Like, they just not, every time somebody asks her, the Kamala something, she gets laughed it off. It'd be serious questions, she started laughing and giggling. They just ain't ready for this, bro. They not ready for this, bro. I like that shit that they be doing. They not ready. At all. We get this ugly ass dude off the background, man. Ugly ass boy. That boy look just like Truthtellertv, don't it? Swipper.
There's your chain of command, and they are enthusiastically cheering on Zelensky, that's fine, while denying him the planes that Poland was willing to give him. American politicians generally, we learned this through COVID, we've learned it in past wars, they're not to be trusted. I don't trust most of those swamp creatures in Washington. The last 60 years has taught the United States a lot. Politicians, they're all gung-ho. They start their
Exactly. Boy, I
wars.
never probably
They
had a
send
regular
our
fist fight.
national treasure, our kids, to go fight these wars. They don't fight to win these wars. They politicize them some point thereafter, and then say, oops, never mind, it's hurting my poll numbers. And they do that after how many American kids fought, bled, and died? How many come home severely wounded? Debilitating injuries. Never again. We can never trust them again.
We
can't stand on our principles, the leading one being freedom. Now, meanwhile, Europe, I have a message for you tonight. You've got to step up to the plate. This war is in your backyard, not our backyard. It's time for you to pay your fair share and your full dues to NATO. It's time for you to get these important weapons and supplies to Ukraine and get them there one way or another, and stop asking Joe Biden for permission. But here's where things get really strange and very concerning back here at home. The Biden administration is actually forging ahead with their idiotic Iranian nuclear deal, which is still, according to reports, being brokered, this is unconscionable, by Russia and China. And according to the Washington Free Beacon, this deal could include a plan that would let Russia cash in on a $10 billion contract to build a nuclear site in Iran. Now, if you think the world can't get any nuttier, there you go. It just got nuttier. But it gets worse. Axios tonight reporting that the Biden administration is also weighing a deal to remove terrorists from Iran's Islamic Revolutionary Guard. That's their top-tier terror list, so long as they promise to be good little terrorists in the neighborhoods in the Middle East. Are you going to trust them? They're vile, murdering terrorists responsible even for the deaths of American soldiers in Iraq. And remember, by the way, this is a week after Iran nearly blew up our own consulate in Iraq with a ballistic missile. Not a peep out of Joe or Kamala Harris. If these reports are true, Joe Biden is truly the Neville Chamberlain of our time. And of course, China, they're watching all of this. They plot their violent, what they call reunification of Taiwan, really a takeover of Taiwan. Recently, they vowed to impose the worst consequences, maybe even nuclear weapons, on any country that might help Taiwan militarily, which, by the way, we already do. Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page.
Is Taiwan part of this NATO? Because if Taiwan part of NATO, shit, we might as well start fighting now. I'm gonna watch that Putin end game. The story.
As it relates to the war on Ukraine. But first, we begin with Biden's feckless policy as it relates to the war on Ukraine waged by Vladimir Putin. He dragged his feet on major sanctions. He dragged his feet on blocking Russian oil imports. He dragged his feet on sending the aid, the lethal aid needed by Ukraine. He dragged his feet on resupplying Ukraine's army with ammo, javelins, stingers, air defense systems. And now he's dragging his feet on the MiG-29 fighter jets that Ukraine desperately needs, that Poland wants to give them. He vetoed it. As a result, Ukraine is now struggling to defend its skies.
Now this what I don't get, bro. You don't want to help Ukraine. It's another country that want to help them, and you veto it. Can anybody make that make sense to me? Like, not just the veto, but what gave him the right to veto it? Now I did hear something. I did hear something about how they want the U.S. to deliver them. I'm not sure if that's the case, but is that what it is? We got to deliver them or something if they get it to them? But I don't understand why if you don't want to help them, why would you stop somebody else from helping them? If anybody know anything about this war, and y'all been paying attention to that or heard something on that, can y'all let me know what that's about? Cause that confuses me. Like, bro, they trying to send a gang of airplane fighter jets over there, and you stop it for what? Like, that make me think he in on this shit. He want Russia to do what they do. Hold on, I'm looking for my controller. Oh, there you go. That made me think he want Russia to do something. Allies with who though? Like, I don't get it. Is that country a NATO country? And if they help them, then that'll start a war with us? Is that what they saying? Because this definitely don't make no sense, bro. Maybe he is going to say something about it.
He vetoed it. As a result, on the MiG air defense systems, and now he's dragging his feet on the MiG-29 fighter jets that Ukraine desperately needs, that Poland wants to give them. He vetoed it.
Okay, so Poland must be a NATO country, and he feel if a NATO country help them, then that's an act of war. So he don't want to be the one to create the act of war. This is shit. This too much smoke and mirrors, bro. The act of war is already in the act of war. What are you talking about, bro?
As a result, Ukraine is now struggling to defend its skies, and thousands of innocent civilians are now being murdered with Russian bombs every single day. That Joe Biden is dithering and waiting means more innocent men, women, and children will die. How many more mass graves do we need to see before we recognize that he's targeting civilians? Now, we're also witnessing a modern-day genocide at the hands of an evil, murdering thug. Why some people defend him, I have no idea. But as Speaker Gingrich, who will join us...
I damn near want to go over there and help now, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I wouldn't mind if I know I had a way in and out that motherfucker at will. You know, if I couldn't go over there and just be stuck, I'd go over there and bring a family back or something. You know what I'm saying? I'll go over there and do something. Let them stay with me. I'll let a family stay with me. You know what I'm saying? Like, this shit crazy, bro. Like, I'm pretty sure it's a lot of homes in America that people will let some of them people stay at. You know what I mean? And Biden won't even help. Like, bro, what are you doing? Like, you're not bossing up.
So the moment points out, quote, Biden says no to Ukraine, Zelensky, and keeps America in the back seat. So make no mistake, what happens in Ukraine will have consequences all over the world. And you better believe that other hostile regimes like China, the mullahs in Iran, they're watching, all while Joe is forging ahead with this idiotic new nuclear deal with Iran, still being negotiated, believe it or not, by Russia and China. How does that make sense? Or as the National Review put it, quote, Biden caves on sanctions over Russia's war crimes against Ukraine to preserve Russia's sponsorship of terrorist Iran's nuclear program. By the way, Putin may get a $10 billion nuclear facility that he builds in Iran out of this deal, according to reports. So an important question tonight. How can anyone on earth actually, at this moment, be trusting Russia to broker a deal with the Iranians and our country? I cannot emphasize enough. This is madness. This is insanity on a whole new level. But back to Russia's invasion. Now, if Ukraine is able to win this war, it will be in spite of Joe Biden, and it's a big if, but the benefit would be America's enemies hopefully will start thinking twice before waging future conflicts. I doubt that's going to be the outcome, because they see a weak, frail, cognitive mess in Joe Biden. They don't see the smartest person in Kamala Harris, and Nancy Pelosi has her own struggles. And now more than ever, the policy of Reagan and Trump, and that's peace through strength. And again, I'm not talking about starting World War III. Under no circumstances should America ever put a single boot on the ground. Should we at all ever enforce a no-fly zone? That's a non-starter. We should have learned a lot in the last 20 years, if not the last 60 years. We cannot and will not be the world's police force. And I have said this for days. Joe Biden needs to get off his ass and get Ukraine those MiGs. Let Poland give them the MiGs. And anything else they need militarily, they seem very willing and able and capable of defending themselves with the right equipment. And instead of Joe's veto of the Poland MiGs, he needs to get out of the way and let every country do what they believe is the right thing to do. This is Europe. It's their backyard. They should have a greater sense of urgency over the U.S. Let's be clear. This won't escalate into Russia's invasion into a global conflict. Now, let me give you a little history here. During the Korean War, the Vietnam War, maybe you don't know this, the Soviet Union at the time, they supplied North Korea and North Vietnam with dozens of MiG fighter jets. And by the way, didn't lead to a world war, didn't lead to a nuclear holocaust. Russia already set the standard for MiGs, and unfortunately the Biden administration doesn't seem to have a firm grasp on history or foreign policy. Now, we are being led by truly incompetent people, stupid people. This is bad for the world. It is bad to have a weak United States president. But today the president took time out of his...
What you say, Mike? So they got a bigger agenda in Ukraine. Hey, what about old girl, the WNBA player that's over there in Russia? They say she disappeared. That ain't no act of war. That's what I heard. Look, like, y'all look it up, see if they say they can't find her.
Busy schedule to reassure we, the American people, that he's not stupid. See if you believe him. You decide.
Bless me, Father, if I'm about to sin. Well, I just want you to know, I may be Irish, but I'm not stupid. I married Dominic Giacoppa's daughter.
That's so reassuring, isn't it? Now, despite what we just heard, I can assure you that being Irish and stupid has no correlation. It is St. Patrick's Day, even though Joe Biden is both. Now, over on Capitol Hill, it's even worse. Today, Nancy Pelosi made a valuable contribution to Ukraine with a dramatic reading of a poem written by U2's Bono, although she didn't quite say Bono. Take a look.
What you saw yesterday was history. Later at the lunch, just maybe you might want to watch, I'm going to be reading a poem written by Bono about Ukraine, which you might find interesting.
But in sorrow and fear, that's when saints can appear, to drive out those old snakes once again. And they struggle for us to be free from the psycho in this human family. Ireland's sorrow and pain is now the Ukraine, and St. Patrick's name is now Zelensky.
Wow, all right, despite what it might seem, not everyone in the Democratic Party has been in the Washington swamp.
So let me get this straight, bro. They willing to make propaganda and try to get stripes off of them, but they not willing to help. Y'all vetoing other countries trying to help them, but you want to get up there and do a press release, a press conference, and, you know, steal some of their shine because they over there fighting like some soldiers, and y'all scared to help.
50,000 years. In fact, they actually take their marching orders from this new person, the real Speaker of the House. Nancy Pelosi is Speaker in name only. Take a look at this.
We have a crisis of missing and murder of Indigenous and Black women in the United States. Today I want to discuss part of this crisis that is all too often overlooked, but whose evidence shows that there's a very meaningful connection here. The correlation between fossil fuel extraction sites and abductions and murders of Indigenous women across the United States.
Fossil fuels, abductions, and murders of Indigenous people. Okay, Congresswoman AOC and a few other climate cult eco-socialists in Congress, they're calling the shots now in the Democratic Party. That's why Joe Biden won't drill and frack and do the things that we could do to be energy independent. He's a coward that is now refusing to stand up to that person, her squad, and the entire Democratic New Green Deal radical socialist party that he's leading. As a result, low, middle-income Americans, they are suffering severely economically, 40-year high in inflation. Joe caused that. Joe Biden doesn't seem to care about those Americans. Middle-class Joe, that's all a shtick. It's a lie, because if he cared, he would make energy independence a top priority. He inherited it from Donald Trump. Joe only seems to care about himself and his family. Joe Biden is not a leader. I doubt he knows today is Thursday. He's a self-involved career politician, basically taking talking points from his staff. And of course, he loves the power and the wealth and always has and always will. Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.
Hey, man, you got a point. Well, they dropping these motherfuckers. Oh, I thought they dropped another one. Let's see what his end game is.
Bring in our panel now with decades of experience covering Russia and conflicts all over the world. National Security Correspondent Jennifer Griffin, veteran war correspondent Steve Harrigan, Mike Tobin on the ground right now in Lviv, Ukraine, and Aisha Hasni, she's live in Poland. Steve, why don't you start us off here, because you have seen firsthand the absolute devastation that Russia is bringing upon Ukraine.
I think the thing that worries me most right now is just listening to Vladimir Putin. In recent remarks, he talked about the purification of the Russian people and called people who disagreed with him in Russia insects. When you start calling human beings insects, that's the biggest red flag there is. If you go back to Rwanda, they talk about cockroaches before genocide.
I feel like if they ever do decide to nuke us, there's going to be a lot of different ones coming in from different angles.
Insects now, and that is worrisome.
And
Jennifer, let's
some
go
of
to
them, a lot
you
of them
because
will
you
be
spent time in
hypersonic.
Moscow as the Moscow bureau chief there. Where do you think Putin is
Gonna make
headed with this? What is
the
his
whole
end game?
United States earthquake.
Well, it's really interesting. Steve Harrigan and I were in Moscow at the same time from 1996 to 99.
That's another thing. It's going to be rain, and that shit causes rain, cloud, acid rain, and all type of shit.
Just coming to power.
Toxic rain.
We don't know how this ends, and I think that's what worries me most as somebody who has followed wars and how they begin and how it's very difficult to end them. Sun Tzu always said that you build a golden bridge for your enemy to retreat so that they can retreat with honor. I'm not seeing that bridge being built. I'm not seeing President Putin wanting that bridge. He's blowing up any bridges that are out there. So what worries me from the time I spent there is that this is a very hardened, vicious man who's willing to, as Steve has described it eloquently, rubble cities, going back to the Chechen war times, and it is extremely worrisome.
And Aisha, you are seeing firsthand what it is like for those people to flee a war zone. And what are they telling you?
Well, I have two big concerns for these refugees. One is, of course, the people that have already crossed over. We're talking about more than 3 million people. If you think about that, that's like the biggest cities in America, and I'm concerned about their welfare and their dignity, and if they're getting the resources they need. I'm concerned that they truly believe that they're going to be able to go home.
I already know they
I
passed
pray
out
that
thousands
of guns, but I'm very concerned
It was like
that
30,000
might not
last time
happen.
I
And I'm
checked.
also concerned deeply about the internally displaced. We don't talk about them very much, but those are the millions of people inside Ukraine that haven't been able to flee, that are stuck there right now, that don't have access to food, water, power, and UN aid workers are also meeting challenges, facing challenges even getting to those people because of the constant air raids and the curfew right now in Ukraine. We're having a very hard time reaching those people. It's a very, very dire situation right now. So all around, just deeply concerned about these people.
Mike Tobin in Lviv, out there in the west. Things are not going well for the Russian army in many parts of Ukraine, but that big rally in Moscow today at that stadium, listening to Vladimir Putin, you would never know that was the case. He is a propagandist of the finest degree.
He certainly was, and when you talk about the propaganda and the misinformation, this is the first time I've ever seen a war in which the soldiers were kept so far in the dark. You've seen the dialogue from the prisoners of war and the texts that they have sent back home to their parents, and they didn't know they were invading another country. They thought they were part of an operation. Clearly they were kept in the dark to prevent leaks, but also it seems that they were kept in the dark to prevent defections. You have towns like Kharkiv and Mykolaiv, which are Russian-speaking and Russian-friendly.
They surrounded them now, so nobody really can't leave without leaving through the earth.
Russian soldiers might not have participated had they known what was in their future.
And Jennifer, in this moment, we are still waiting on an official readout from the White House of this phone call or video conference call that President Biden had with the Chinese President Xi Jinping this morning. Perhaps we'll get that when the White House briefing begins a short time from now. But in this moment, there is growing concern over whether China will step in and help Russia in this fight.
Well, this is the most key moment. Is China going to keep this alliance, this marriage of convenience with Russia, or are they going to start looking for a way to separate themselves from Russia? This is a very, very key phone call, perhaps the most important phone call since this invasion has begun. But I want to also mention, you know, we forget that in that 1999 timeframe, the Russian military came actually face to face with the 82nd Airborne U.S. military on the ground in Kosovo. I was sent there as a correspondent for Fox during the Kosovo conflict. And remember, as the Serbs were pulling out after NATO had been involved, they had bombed Kosovo, the Serbs were supposed to be pulling out, and the Russian military hopscotched over the U.S. military and suddenly found themselves in downtown Mitrovica in Kosovo. And I was there and walked up and talked to those Russian troops, and it was very clear that that was a message from Moscow to NATO at that time. And the 82nd Airborne and the U.S. generals, the NATO Supreme Allied Commander, had to handle that situation very, very delicately with the 82nd and Russians eyeball to eyeball inside Kosovo.
You know, in terms of whatever readout that we might get from the White House, they're going to have to go a lot further than they normally do if they want to match the Chinese, who provided us with a 3.5-page readout of the video conference call between President Xi and President Biden. So we'll see what level of detail that they go into. But let's go to Steve Harrigan in the meantime, because Steve, you spent a lot of time in you spent a lot of time in Russia. There is a sense that General Ben Hodges has, and he said this earlier this week, that if the Russian military doesn't consolidate some sort of gains in the next 10 days, they are going to reach the point where they will neither be able to move forward nor backwards. And then the process of demoralization will really proceed in an exponential clip. What's your sense of it, knowing what's going on there in Ukraine, knowing the Russian military? Is Hodges on the right track here?
He might very well be right in this, but I would caution that Putin operates on a different time frame than Western leaders. He doesn't have political opposition. He doesn't have freedom of media. So he's got a real free hand to force the issue, and force the issue with civilian casualties. No one's going to criticize him in Russia publicly for that.
Yeah, and Mike, as night has clearly fallen there, we are working our way into a night. Usually we would be saying goodbye to you for these 2 hours and saying that is a typically peaceful area that you are in. That all changed last night, Mike.
Right, there was the strike at the repair facility, and what we got from the Ukrainian press is that facility was the only one in Ukraine that was able to customize the MiG-29s so they could be used by the Ukrainian Air Force. What we see is every time the discussion starts boiling up about moving the MiGs into Ukraine so the Ukrainians could use them, something gets whacked out here. You get the air bases that get hit, and now you have this facility that got hit. And clearly that's a message, don't bother moving the MiGs out here, we'll just take them out on the runway.
Aisha, we should point out that you are in a unique position to talk to us about the plight of refugees because you sit on the board of USA for the UN High Commission on Refugees, and new reports from AP in just the last hour that 6.5 million people inside Ukraine have been displaced. More than 3 million have fled to other countries. This is the biggest displacement of people in Europe in at least the last 80 years. And it's only going to get worse as more people flee these cities that are under increasing bombardment. What do you expect in the next days and weeks ahead?
Well, I can tell you on the ground here, the mood is very uncertain, even among the Polish people. Every Polish person I talk to, feels like we're at the brink of World War III. They're very serious about this threat. They feel like it could, in a matter of moments, cross over into the border, especially as we see things escalating towards the western half of Ukraine. And they're also concerned about the methods that the Russians are using. We keep talking about war crimes, the possibility of war crimes being committed by Russians. I was able to sit down with someone, an Irish national, the other day. He told me that he had just come back from within Ukraine, that he fought with the Ukrainians, and he was telling me that his message to everyone would be, any foreign nationals, don't go in there and fight, because it is nothing like he's ever seen. He's been in different situations in Afghanistan, in Iraq, and he says it's nothing like he's ever seen. He believes that war crimes are being committed. He told me, and Fox has not been able to independently verify this, but he told me that he himself, with his own eyes, witnessed white phosphorus being used. If you know what that is, it is brutal. It is a chemical agent that can go right through human bone.
Damn. That's crazy, bro. Putin over there ain't playing fair. That boy using that shit that can, what the fuck type shit is this dude, man? That's some motherfucking that's some motherfucking shit. I got the Indian news shit pulled up, but they shit really look, this they shit right here. They should I think they be pinking me and shit. They really just about the bread, so they gonna pink whoever they gotta hurt. How to become an Xbox Pro. I mean, whatever that is, PlayStation versus Xbox. That shit crazy, bro. And this would, I think this where they showed some old footage that didn't really happen. That's why I stopped watching them. That's what it was. They showed some old shit that happened years ago and tried to make it look like it was what was happening now.
And he said that he has seen that with his own eyes being used.
They do be on point with a lot of shit.
Not been able to independently verify that, but people are hearing these stories here in Poland. They're extremely concerned, and there is a lot of pressure, especially from humanitarian aid groups, including UNHCR, for world leaders to come up with a resolution as quickly as possible, because they have got to open up these humanitarian corridors and get this aid, blankets, food, water, anything possible to the Ukrainians on the eastern side that are basically lacking basic essentials. So they're struggling. Every time an air raid siren goes off, they're also having to take cover. Those UN aid workers having to take cover, having to sit at night when that curfew hits. So they're struggling as well. This needs to turn around pretty quickly.
Jennifer, if I could ask you to respond, or what the Pentagon response was this morning when Vladimir Putin emerged in that stadium in Moscow, that, as far as we can tell, seats 80,000. It was filled with Russians waving the Russian flag. He stood in the middle and he delivered a speech, and at one point there seems to be a technical glitch where he is cut off. I believe we can listen to a little bit of it here.
So happened that the beginning of the operation coincided quite accidentally with the birthday of one of our most outstanding.
Shit.
And it cut it.
Damn music. So Putin over there playing music and shit.
Observations, that is clearly an interesting and of note.
Is that what Putin did today?
Russian people, that is full clip directly addressing the Russian. you played a clip of Arnold Schwarzenegger, a very artful clip directly addressing the Russian people. That is nations. That is clear.
With the birthday of one of our most outstanding.
I believe we can listen to a little bit of it here.
So happened that the beginning of the operation coincided quite accidentally with the birthday of one of our most outstanding.
And it cut out, and then we are told it returned. Jennifer, what was the Pentagon saying about this?
The Pentagon is not speaking about this, but I can just tell you from my observations that is clearly an interesting and of note technical glitch. Back to what,
the boys got them.
you played a clip of Arnold Schwarzenegger, a very artful clip directly addressing the Russian people. That is because
them boys got that shit that made the U.S. can't even see this shit. They trying to see what I'm saying, glitch their ass up out of there. Y'all see that shit? Why would Ukraine use bioweapons on their own people?
the state television, as Steve knows and everybody knows, is only broadcasting propaganda. So this is a method, a way to try and take an iconic Hollywood figure who's respected by Russian people and speak directly to them and bypass that disinformation architecture. I would like to see, knowing from the time of the 90s, who Russians really looked up to in America and Hollywood, and Steven Seagal and Chuck Norris, I'd like to see similar messages, and there need to be flooded in through telegrams so that those young Russians know the truth.
Yeah, Steve, back to the military perspective on things here. When you look at how Russia is bogged down and can't seem to make the advance that they intended to make on cities like Kiev, on Kharkiv, that they can't get past Izium and get into the back door.
Oh, okay, I see what was happening. He was trying to hire something on TV and somebody cut it off.
And the fact that they're resorting now to terror tactics to try to pound the Ukrainian people into submission. Is there a sense here, do you have any sense, that if the Ukrainian people and resistance hang on long enough, they just might be able to prevail here?
They certainly might be able to prevail. It is possible, but keep in mind, this is just week 4, and one real danger here could be from the U.S. weapons that are coming in. We've given Ukraine $1 billion in aid in the past week alone. These things like, you know, drones, attack kamikaze drones, and anti-tank missiles. Russia's got to see that as weapons being used to kill Russian soldiers. The real concern is an attack on a U.S. or NATO convoy of weapons, no matter where it is, in Ukraine or over the border. That is a real possibility as these aid shipments ramp up.
I thought we wouldn't give them the shit.
Aisha, we can hear the laughter of kids in the background. At least I hope that's what that is. As they try to make their way through this horrible time. Thank you very much to all of you.
Thanks all.
Thank you.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere.
I wonder what Putin was saying in his speech. I sure want to see what the hell he had to say. Oh, he probably was in that bitch talking about, yeah, man, we about to go hard. We playing with them right now. They got Caitlyn Jenner on her. Oh my God, I'm not even watching that. This shit here just getting, it's getting stupid. Like, what could they, I don't know, they probably just flying by, dropping that shit out of motherfucking, how they doing that shit though? They talking about they using shit that can melt through people's bones. Imagine getting sprayed with some of that shit. And that shit going through your motherfucking, burning through your whole body. And they talking about going to war with Russia. What if they use that shit over here? That'd be crazy, bro. You hear me? Motherfuckers would be horrified. They hit your ass with a spray gun, or a plane just come dropping shit over. You know how they be doing the you know how they do the little fields and shit when they in the what's that shit, man? The motherfucking cornfields and shit. How they use the plane and fly by and squirt the little shit on them and shit. I guess it kill the bugs. Sometimes it not water them. It might water them. I don't know if they water them sometimes like that. But they spray the little chemicals on there and all that. They fly by and spray that shit over a city, and it's touching people, burning through their skin, through their bones. Some brutal shit, bro. That's a war. That should be a. I know that's got to be a war crime right there. You shouldn't be able to use. I don't think you can use chemical warfare like that. Then how they know? Like they using that. How the hell they gonna tell? You know, if they got boots on the ground, I guess they know where the boots at. Shit, to my knowledge, they closing in on Kyiv and all type of shit like that. But shit's stupid, man. Putin pays people to attend his rally. Let me see what Putin rally. Putin had a rally. You're gonna be reading it anyway. Hold on, y'all can't see it.
Единения у нас давно не было.
Oh, so they fucking with it, huh? So I think he said that they say they paid people to attend it, but
Нужно было вытащить Крым из той унизительной позиции, из того унизительного состояния, в которое Крым и Севастополь были погружены, когда находились в составе другого государства.
What did he say? We don't need to hear what he's saying. Goddamn, we can't understand it. So we're plunged as part of another country who was financing those territories as a residual. Whatever the fuck that means. I guess he's saying they was funding the fuckery that they was doing over there. Crimean and Sebastopol residents did the right thing. put up a rigid barrier against neo-Nazi. Yeah, I get somebody who, Mike, you was just talking about neo-Nazi shit. And extreme nationalists, because everything that happened in other territories, and everything still going on is best illustration of this. People who have lived and who are still living in Donbass didn't accept this coup dictated, namely to end to the suffering of people in Donbass, and the genocide is the main reason. Operative motive and aim of the military operation. That we have started in Donbass in Ukraine. See what they're saying. So that's what he believed in, huh? That shit crazy.
Предлагаю обсудить, как идет.
So I suggest we discuss today the development of socio-economic potential of Crimea and Sevastopol. What the fuck is Crimea and Sevastopol? Is that some cities or something? I thought Crimea was crime for their language. Anybody? Hold on, let me see if y'all saying something. Anybody know what Crimea is? Yeah, chemtrails. Yeah, that's what I was talking about earlier. Anybody know what Crimea is? Oh, let me move the thing. Y'all can't see it. I'm tripping. Y'all couldn't see the last shit. Did y'all see the last shit he was saying? This boy crazy.
Достижение каких задач?
And what issues we need to focus on in the nearest future and in the long term.
Предстоит сосредоточить наши усилия в ближайшее время и на долгосрочную перспективу. Отмечу, что начиная с 2015 года последовательно реализуется специальная программа по социально-экономическому развитию полуострова и ряд других мероприятий. Да, конечно, безусловно, на развитие экономики полуострова сказываются западные санкции, которые распространяются на банковский сектор, на поставки ряда товаров и прочее. Вот после начала.
So right now he's talking about the shit that they took, them taking the ships. Of course, he addressing that shit. So this is probably a threat to all the rich people. Like, y'all better hold y'all horses. We say the peninsula economic development has been affected. So that's what they call their little crew, the peninsulas. They in a circle. This shit crazy. Oh, okay.
Оказываются западные санкции, которые распространяются на банковский сектор, на поставки ряда товаров и прочее. Вот после начала военной операции на Украине последовал новый пакет санкций. И вчера на совещании по мерам социально-экономической поддержки субъектов Федерации я уже говорил, что введенные против России ограничения, они, конечно, создают немало проблем. Но не только проблемы создают. Они открывают для нас новые возможности. В том числе сейчас есть все условия для того, чтобы крупные российские бизнес-структуры, которые, ну прямо скажем, раньше опасались каких-то санкционных мер, ну теперь им нечего бояться. Теперь они могут спокойно приходить, включая, кстати, и банки на полуостров, и активно работать в регионе.
I want to see what they got to say about that shit. Hannity and shit. That's crazy.
So think.
Hold on. That boy say them sanctions ain't did shit. We opened up, gave us more opportunity to get money together. He basically saying one way or another y'all gonna end up having to see us.
Welcome to Hannity, and we start this Friday news night with a Fox News alert. Now, tonight we are nearly a month into Putin's hostile invasion of a sovereign country, Ukraine, and Russian forces are very much stalled all over the country. Now, no matter what happens moving forward, this war has been a humiliating disaster for Vladimir Putin. And now the little murdering thug that he is lashing out. This morning, Russia launched a missile attack in western Ukraine, and in the south, we continue to see relentless shelling of civilian areas. Now, the same type of medieval siege would also be happening in Kyiv, but thus far, Russian forces have totally failed to encircle Ukraine's capital city. Good news for Ukraine. Russia's military performance has been incredibly pathetic. But in coming days and weeks, you can expect the carnage, the bloodshed to increase as Putin desperately looks for a way to save face. And meanwhile, back at home in Moscow, Putin is facing more humiliation. Russia's currency has now crashed. Moscow's stock market has been shut down for weeks. Anti-war protests have erupted all over the country. And today, during a big manufactured pro-Putin rally in Moscow, his best attempt to look like Donald Trump, there were some embarrassing technical difficulties during Vladimir's big speech. Take a look.
Совпало, совершенно случайно совпало с днем рождения одного из наших выдающихся военных.
Somebody gonna die for that. Somebody gonna die for that. He already killed their ass.
Oops, Vladimir Putin can't get through his speech without screwing that up. Kind of like Joe Biden. Anyway, according to reports, the stadium was filled with thousands of government workers who were required to attend, unlike a Trump rally. Anyone in Russia who voices opposition to Vladimir Putin's war in Ukraine,
the workers and the kids.
Get thrown in jail.
They told them to bring their
Vladimir
kids.
Putin is not in a good place, and right now the world is facing an extremely dangerous and critical tipping point. And what happened?
That right there let you know what America willing to do. America just basically snitched on politics and how it worked, propaganda. I'm sure wondering like how the fuck he got that many people to fill up that stadium to come see him. Them all government people and their families, and they told them if they don't come, your ass going to jail. This shit crazy.
Happens in Russia and Ukraine will have reverberations all over the world. But guess what? Our fearless leader, Joe Biden, he's taking another weekend in Delaware, a lot of ice cream, a lot of nap time. And before heading out, Joe did have a call with China's president, President Xi, to discuss Ukraine and other issues of mutual concern. And I hope someone reminded Joe that China is not to be trusted. They have their own territorial ambitions. In the lead up to Putin's invasion, the Biden administration, they shared U.S. intel with China and asked them to discourage Russia from attacking. China did the exact opposite, and they immediately gave our intelligence to Vladimir Putin and Russia. Now, as we speak, China is very much aligned with Russia in every way. The country is now a major purchaser of Russian oil and gas. And of course, Russia's oil and gas revenue is what makes Putin rich and Russia richer again. And the higher the price, the more money Putin has to spend on his bloody war and his territorial ambitions. Now, the U.S. could drive down the price of oil and gas right now by drilling, by fracking, by refining, by producing more fossil fuels here at home, getting in more Canadian oil from little Justin. He's willing to do it. But the climate cult eco-socialists, that is the New Democratic Socialist Party, they're standing in the way. Now, despite record-high gas prices, we're all feeling the brunt of it. Congressional Democrats are calling on Biden to declare a national climate emergency and shut down all drilling on all federal lands. Are these people that clueless? They're also calling on Biden to end all energy subsidies for the oil and gas industry. And meanwhile, more than 65 celebrities, oh, this is great, are now protesting a Canadian pipeline with a strongly worded letter. They're very worried about the environment, except, of course, when they themselves need to travel. Many of those celebrities on the list, yeah, they're frequent flyers on their private jets, led by Leonardo DiCaprio, Jane Fonda, Ben Stiller, Robert Downey Jr. What hypocrites, right? One pipeline protester, a model named Lily Cole, said that she prefers to take helicopters everywhere. Okay, I'm not against helicopters. I love them. It's a great invention. But you can't lecture the American people, and you can't shut down pipelines if you want to fly around in your private jets and helicopters. Nothing wrong with any of that, but spare us the lectures about climate. Stop telling American citizens to start driving electric vehicles and their need to conserve energy, and go buy yourself an electric car. Well, that might cost you 60 grand. Then you got to pay for the power station. And for the love of peace, by the way, stop faking support for Ukraine. After all, anyone who really wants to stop Putin, you would do whatever it takes to drive the price of oil and gas down and supply our allies in Europe with their energy needs. Whether you want to face this truth or not, it is a reality. The lifeblood of the world's economy is based on oil, gas, and coal, period. It's not going to be windmills. Solar panels won't cut it. And until we get clean, new sources of energy, go out and find it. That is what the reality of the world is. Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews.
Buddy do got a point. This shit crazy, man. Appreciate y'all. Y'all hit that like button on the way out, man. This shit crazy. We done got all off subject, man. I was on swipe ass, man. Pause. That boy bogus as hell. Keeping that mask on up under there looking. Knowing damn well him and Truthtellertv best first cousins. Yeah, first cousins, man. Salute to everybody that came on, man. Hit that like, subscribe on the way out.